9 Golden Principles of Nutrition. What to eat to be young and healthy. Many diseases, if they are not inherited through genes, are quite well regulated by diet and lifestyle, nutrition and physical activity. To maintain a good gut microbiome, follow the golden rules of nutrition and lifestyle that will lead you to longevity and beautiful skin. The main principles of proper nutrition. 1. Saturate the body with beneficial bacteria. For example, the probiotic Lactobacillus and its other species directly affect obesity and inflammation. These probiotics can be found in a variety of dairy products. They reduce the rate of weight gain and fat accumulation. They also normalize the level of insulin, leptin, total cholesterol, etc. Which is better, probiotics or lactobacilli? It's all according to indications. If you have a healthy gut microbiome, then you don't need too much. It is necessary to give the body the ability to use its reserves. It works well. 2. Reduce calorie intake. At the same time, eat healthy food and a lot of fiber. 3. Eat regularly. We have often been told how often to eat and for how long. But people don't pay attention to it. They wake up and eat until evening. Actually, it matters too. The average person eats approximately 13 to 14 hours a day. There are those who chew for 16 hours. But in order for our microbiome to be healthy, we still need to put our food intake into some kind of hour gap and frame. If it's within 12 hours, that'll be fine. If 10 hours, even better. But the most hardened ones can practice the 8/16 regime from time to time. When we eat for 8 hours and then fast for 16 hours. This mode activates autophagy in the body. Autophagy is the process of self-purification of cells from the so-called cellular garbage. Autophagy is triggered under certain conditions, either when a person abstains from food for a certain time, or when he includes certain foods in his diet that stimulate lysosomes. Lysosomes are small structures in the elements of the cell, which I also call Frickenbach pouches, garbage bins. It is the process of autophagy that triggers the synthesis of enzymes in lysosomes. And they, in turn, begin to better cleanse the body of cellular garbage. For this, Japanese scientist Yoshinori Ohsumi received the Nobel Prize in 2016. Therefore, to prolong health and youth, eat at the same time. 4. Eat early, don't eat late at night. This is a really important rule. But sometimes deviations from them are still useful, because we are all ordinary people. So remember the following rule. 5. Sometimes deliberately introduce your body into a little stress called hormesis. Learning to manage hormesis is an important condition for maintaining health and youth. Hormesis always stimulates the body's defenses. It also stimulates genes associated with longevity. If you don't feed hormesis, these genes will never become active. By the way, broccoli is also hormesis. If too much broccoli is not very good for the body. And in small quantities, it's great. Sauna, it's not very good if you fry a lot. But if a little bit, this is hormesis. Keep a balance. Can I have ice cream? By and large, everything is possible. The main thing is that it should not be systemic. 6. Limit snacking. For healthy people, snacking is an unnecessary meal. It is better to increase your portions with vegetables and avoid snacking. Eat more food. Eat a big healthy breakfast. From 10 a.m. 7. Fast or switch to dietary fasting. For example, there is a diet by Walter Longo from the University of California that mimics starvation. Her principle is this. For example, a person eats 5 days in a row, limiting the caloric content of food and consuming a certain ratio of products. It is this Longo diet that cannot be viewed on the internet, because the scientist keeps it a secret. And he even produces his products in bags. There are soups and a lot of things. But in principle it is not difficult to calculate. What are good posts? They reduce inflammation in the body and promote the growth of beneficial microflora. The intestinal microflora strongly influences the synthesis of estrogen hormones. When it is out of balance, there is too much estrogen. This is also bad, because an excess of estrogen can lead to cancer, various breast tumors, and so on. 8. Eat an anti-inflammatory diet in adulthood. When a woman goes through menopause, that's bad too. Because the amount of hormones becomes relatively much less, and this is reflected in our skin. It is a very hormone-dependent tissue. In premenopausal women, hormone synthesis drops by 80%. And, of course, in the early years when women go through menopause, everything gets old and changes a lot. Therefore, one of the methods to prevent this is to limit the calorie content of food. Because calorie restriction or such short periods of abstinence from food greatly reduce inflammation in the body. For mature women, such nutrition should be anti-inflammatory, contain omega-3 fatty acids, glycoprotein and alpha-folic acid. There are 2 types of omega-3 fatty acids. The first is found in fish. The second is vegetable, olive oil, nuts and flax seeds. We need all these acids. Because even the brain they affect in different ways. In addition, different parts of the brain age differently. Therefore, in adulthood, limit the intake of red meat. Focus on vegetable protein, these are legumes, mushrooms, etc. 9. Saturate the body with polyphenols. Daily polyphenols are a group of substances that are abundant in plant foods, especially berries. It is desirable that polyphenols be in our diet daily. Every day is an important rule of nutrition for longevity. They reduce inflammation levels, correct cholesterol levels, inhibit the growth of Clostridium, which increases as we get older. Sources of polyphenol such. This is cocoa, as an alternative, dark chocolate. But cocoa is better, because various fats are often added to chocolate. Also green tea. In general, each of these products contains some specific substances. Very biologically active, such as epigallocatechin gallate in green tea. Broccoli produces sulforaphane and lycopene. Don't forget the polyphenols of blueberries, mountain ash, flax seeds, etc. It is desirable to include these products in your diet often. Be mindful of spices, such as onion, garlic, bay leaf, cardamom, etc. What is known about berries? Studies on berries show that they all affect microorganisms in different ways, especially pathogens. They inhibit Staphylococcus aureus, Klebsiella, Enterococcus and other bacteria. The pomegranate season has already begun. Pomegranate is desirable to use. For most people, this is beneficial because it promotes the formation of arginine A. This substance is also beneficial for our microflora. Eat spicy foods. Radish, horseradish. Microflora needs carrots. Raw fresh carrots reduce the amount of Salmonella, Clostridium. It is desirable that our diet goes without artificial sweeteners, especially without aspartame, because the presence of aspartame leads to an increase in the concentration of Clostridium. Clostridia are our normal inhabitants of the intestines, but when there are too many of them, they disrupt many bodily functions. First of all, they disrupt the synthesis of glucose, which leads to insulin and diabetes mellitus. There should be a lot of greens in the diet. Some boiled potatoes, fish, coffee, legumes. What can be the dishes? You can eat cold potatoes, cold pasta, rice can be cold. Or make a drink. Take an incomplete teaspoon of raw starch, beat with berries, and you get a very healthy drink. You can also add flax seeds. What should be the lifestyle for longevity? We must remember that nutrition is very closely related to our lifestyle. Physical activity has a huge number of different bonuses for our health. Many people think, what to eat to lose weight and look good, but physical activity should be daily, because this is not only a slender body, an amateur's business is also a very big step towards longevity. What does physical activity do to our cells? It increases the number of mitochondria, which are the energy stations of the body, produce ATP and, moreover, form healthy mitochondria. If physical activity is present in your life on a daily basis, then the mitochondria are not so sick when we are old, because free radicals that damage the body are suppressed. Sleep must be complete. Include practices such as meditation. All this is inextricably linked with the skin. In everything there should be a system and duration. Many people who have some kind of inflammatory bowel disease cannot eat as many vegetables as a healthy person. Therefore, it is good to sit on some kind of diet, for example, table number 4 inches. By the way, the tables have long been removed. They don't exist. But nevertheless, it is useful to accustom the body. Everything starts small. Eat a small amount of easily digestible vegetables, berries, and every day increase the amount more and more to gradually bring to a normal state. Such a state when the intestinal microbiome will be able to take care of you already. To summarize, our diet should be varied. We need to completely eliminate if someone is strong in spirit, or minimize sugar. Desserts change. Of all the desserts, one should be the most useful. Consume berries. Fruit, in small quantities. Remember that the best fruit is a vegetable. Dark chocolate and black coffee are healthy. Eggs are helpful. Running is helpful. Smiling is good because good emotions also affect everything. And on the state of our spirit. Ikigai, the secret of centenarians. And finally, there are 5 blue zones in the world. Why are they blue? A large number of centenarians live there, and the leader among them is the Japanese island of Okinawa. It's a pretty warm place. If you think that these Japanese eat rice, fish, then you are mistaken. The basis of their diet is sweet potatoes. But it's colorful. There are red, purple, yellow and so on. All colors. They eat it boiled, whatever. Sake is sometimes used. Those who live to be 100 years old can afford it. They also have a lot of algae, green tea, turmeric, ginger, etc. in their diet. Their diet is very similar to the fast-mimicking diet, it includes the same foods. In addition, they have certain rules of life. There is such a thing as ikigai. Every Japanese has their own ikigai. Some paint pictures and then distribute them. Others grow sweet potatoes. Still others help the ancestors. Fourth, help each other. Ikigai is such a very strong force. The strength of the spirit that gives us the ability to get out of bed and live our day very well. Combine this knowledge and get stunning results.